What's up? What's up? What's going down? Good afternoon and stuff. We I out here for my jog and figured Ice Road movie review now. I think it dropped like 2 days ago. I'm not even sure what the date is right now. I think it was on the 25th. Ice Road with Liam Neeson, Lawrence Fishburne, and I can't remember dude's name from Wonder Woman 84, the one that played the villain. But he was in it too. Freaking on Netflix right now. So if y'all got it, I would suggest you sit down and stream it because that joint is pretty tough. Let me tell you, as far as anxiety goes, that shit gets an A in my book. So, just to give a quick synopsis before I get into any type of little bitty spoilers and stuff. Ice Road is about these miners that were trapped in his mine due to a gas explosion that occurred while they was in the mine. And explosion occurred, boom, caused a cave in. Only a few got out, I believe. And then the whole thing was the company that was funding or that these people were mining for, the company had hired these truckers to transport this piping to the area site where the miners were so that they could cap the gas leak and get the miners out. In the process, they hired Liam Neeson. Lawrence Fishburne was in charge of it. Liam Neeson had a brother who was in the war, and he suffered a head injury to the point where I can't remember what it's called, but I think acacia, something to that effect. But it causes him not to be able to speak properly. So his words, in his mind, he was trying to say one thing, but it would come out something else. So if he was like, "Hey, watch out, there's a car," he'd be like, "Tree falls, rabbit go." You know what I mean? Like he couldn't get it right. He was can't get right. So they hired him to take this pipe and across what's called the Ice Road, which was a frozen lake. And at a certain time of the year, they don't travel across this road because the shit is melting. So they find the team. It was this girl who's playing a Native American. I can't remember her name or her character name, but she was the tough ass. Then you had the insurance guy who was the dude from Wonder Woman 84. And then you had Lawrence Fishburne, Liam Neeson, and his brother. So Liam Neeson's brother was the mechanic. Even though he couldn't talk straight, he had an extreme knowledge of how you doing? He had an extreme knowledge of cars, trucks, engines. Like he could take them apart, put them together with no issue. Man, and you find out as it goes that there's an ulterior motive behind the whole mine collapse. So the company that actually hired the truckers also on the back end hired somebody to tag along and sabotage the whole thing so the miners would die. You find out the reasoning for that also. So not only are they fighting time, but they're fighting the saboteur that's jacking up everything. Yo, when I tell you, and I didn't even know, I honestly didn't know that this was a real freaking job. Like, There's people out there that actually do this for a living. Yo, shout out to y'all because it takes some pretty big balls to drive across the ice lake where if you fall in, it's a wrap. Benefits have got to be off the chain. The paycheck has got to be off the chain for me to even think about doing something like that. So, they end up, well, y'all gonna have to watch it and see if they end up getting to the miners in time. And, damn, see the trials and tribulations they had to go through. I'm telling you, in my book, I swear that joint get like four and a half icebergs from me. Anticipation, edge of your seat, suspense, anxiety at an all new high. And it's anxiety from every angle because you're getting the anxiety from the miners that's in the cave because now they're thinking different shit to do to try to live longer, which was off the chain. And then you got the truckers who's going across this road and you find out they have to be careful with the stuff they do. Yo, it should have been called pop off on ice because that's exactly what it did. It popped off. So now, that's like the professional non-spoiler movie review of The Ice Road with Liam Neeson. So I'm about to throw out some spoilers. If y'all don't want it, don't do it. Just stop now. So, here's the thing. Now I'm gonna get into the spoilers. Alright, so when it starts, all you see is Liam Neeson and his brother. They working for some trucking company or whatever, and they was like playing monkey in the middle with Liam Neeson's brother's thermos. And Liam Neeson comes in, hey yo, knock it off, blah blah blah. Somebody calls his brother a retard twice. Liam Neeson put him to sleep. One hit a quitter, right to the snot box. Bam, night night. And I'm talking about Frankenstein fallout, like he fell straight out. They get fired. You find out he's constantly getting fired because he has to take care of his brother. So you got to deal with the frustration that Liam Neeson is feeling of being a good brother because he knows his brother's jacked up due to the war, and also having to go from job to job, putting up with different people. So there was that. So now, Lawrence Fishburne finds out about the miners getting stuck, and it turns out that he knew a few of the people in there, which made it personal for him. So he told somebody to try and get a team together. If they can get a team together by a certain time, he'd dip out. They managed to get Liam Neeson. They bailed the old girl, the girl out of jail because she was jacking up people from protesting. So it was all four of them. Lawrence Fishburne, Liam Neeson, his brother, and the chick. And they added this insurance guy that would tag along to make sure everything was going right. So now they start riding, and then they hit the freaking ice road. And yo, when I tell you that would have been my cue to get the fuck out of the truck. There's no way. I don't even like going across any type of ice. I'm tall. I fall hard. That shit is not a good deal. So if I'm driving, especially a big ass truck, it ain't gonna work out right for me. So they went on this road. Yo, you find that, yo, they gotta go a certain speed. They can't go too fast and they can't go too slow. If they go too fast, they cause a ripple under the ice that goes out to shore and reverberates back. And when it reverberates back, and hits the truck, it like shatters the ice. They can't go too slow because then the weight that's dispersed on the tires can shatter the ice from underneath them. So they gotta go a certain speed. That can't be my job, man. So then it gets to a point where Lawrence Fishburne's truck freaking dies out on them. Smoke coming out from under the hood, they all stop. There's a cable that they're tying from Lawrence Fishburne's truck to another truck so they can drag it across the ice. Next thing you know, the back of Lawrence Fishburne's truck breaks the ice. The cable is wrapped around his leg and the fucking back of the truck falls in the ice and snaps his fucking leg. Yo, I have... That right there is something that cannot happen to me in real life. Like, I can't see that in real life. I'm screaming like a 16-year-old little girl if I see that in real life. So
God is with.
They keep on going. Fishburne goes under bong. He's dead. Of course, black guy dies first. So they keep on going. Then you find out they got the suspicion going towards the girl because they were like, yo, you were near the truck before we pulled out. It was you. You sabotaged this truck probably because he fired you years ago. And So she's like, nah, he didn't do it. You know, it was a little back and forth, whatever. So they tie her up, put her in the truck. So Liam Neeson, dude from Wonder Woman 84, they're like, yo, he's like, yo, I gotta go in the back of the truck. We gonna make sure everything's straight, blah, 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 before we pull off. This guy locks Liam Neeson in the back of the truck, put dynamite up under the truck so they would sink, and then kidnapped the chick that was tied in the other truck and took off. So now there's a race against time that he gotta get out of the truck before the dynamite go off and blow the ice up and sink the truck. Yo. Then when they end up getting out of it, of course, else the movie wouldn't have been nothing but 10 minutes long. And then the whole thing was, it was only one truck left. So each truck, it was 3 trucks, each truck had the same cargo just in case something happened to the other 2 trucks. If one truck made it, they would still be able to save these workers. So it was this one truck left that a man from Wonder Woman 84 took with the trailer on it. Liam Neeson dropped the trailer from his truck and they dipped out. Now they're racing across the ice trying to catch up because they now know that this so-called insurance dude is shady as shit. So now, then you end up finding out who the company man was that hired him and how they rigged the sensors in the mine to not detect the methane gas that caused the explosion that trapped the miners in the first place. Then you find out, there's spoilers out the ass right now. Then you find out that they paid off the miners to do it. So I don't know what part of the game that is where you go pay me to put myself in danger, but that's not supposed to work like that. So they paid these fools, are you ready for this? They paid them $100 a piece a month to mess up the sensors so they wouldn't detect the methane, which caused the explosion, which caused them to get trapped. Now they're down there, they got 30 hours, right? They got 30 hours to live with their oxygen window. These fools is down there talking about, yo, I think we should lessen the numbers that's down here. What you mean lessen the numbers? Like, yeah, we got too many people here, let's lessen the numbers. So now the people that they thinking about killing, they're asking them to participate in the vote. I don't know where this comes from. Like, there's no way you're gonna get me to vote against myself. Like, yeah, I should go. I'm jacked up, I can't breathe. Might as well take me out. No, I'm every little bit of air, I'm getting it. So now the miners are about to fight and off each other while the truckers are driving across the ice fighting each other, while the company is fighting the truckers. Yo, everybody's fighting everybody. And I gotta tell you, the whole time you get closer and closer to Liam Neeson's brother. His brother, even though he couldn't talk straight, uh, he had a innocence about him, but he also had that go hard mentality about him. So it was easy to get attached to this dude. Um, so they were like, all right. They finally got the truck that was stolen with the girl in it with the trailer. They end up getting to where they gotta go, and they're talking to the insurance man is talking to the company people like, yeah, what we're gonna do about this last truck. He said, all right, take it up the ridge, drive it off the ridge. It will say she lost control. You can say you jump clear, and then they'll do their investigation. And after a while, we'll be able to go back out and go back to the mine, and we'll still be have money. So, so dude is like, fine. He drives it up the ridge. He chooses a spot to drive off, and then who comes to save the day but Mr. Liam Neeson, driving up with the truck. He saves Shorty, and now it turns into why can't we get rid of the bad guy? When, yo, that dude popped up like the most evil cockroach I have ever seen, man. That Wonder Woman 84 guy is invincible in this freaking movie. No matter what they did, yo, he just kept coming back and kept coming back and kept coming back. So when they finally off this dude, or when he finally stopped, I should say, because I still have doubts. But when he finally stopped, and they rescued the miners, that was the exact time that I exhaled after that whole entire movie. The whole time I did not breathe. I held my breath for like an hour to 2 hours. It was crazy. But that is my movie review, people. I'm about to go in here and finish the second half of my workout. Um, it was quick. It was impromptu. And I suggest you guys go watch it, man. Hopefully, I'll be able to post some things. Been, I still got stuff that I haven't posted yet. So please be patient. So till next time I'm out of here, people, y'all take care of yourselves and stay safe, stay healthy. I'm out of here. Peace.